For millions of Americans like those receiving SSI or SSDI, a simple calendar shift in November 2025 could cause serious financial disruptions, especially if your birthday falls between the 21st and 31st. That's because this year, the Social Security payment schedule is undergoing major changes that realign payouts based on birth dates, with a final wave landing just one day before Thanksgiving. It's not just about when the check arrives. It's about whether you'll have the funds in time for holiday expenses, rent, or bills. Those in the last group may feel the crunch most, but even earlier groups, paid on the 12th or 19th, must plan carefully, especially with banks potentially delaying deposits due to processing timelines or the Thanksgiving holiday. This reshuffle emphasizes how crucial it is to know your exact payment date, whether you're on SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, and adjust your budget accordingly. Recipients whose benefits began before May 1997 still get their payments near the 3rd of the month, and SSI lands on the 1st, unless that date falls on a weekend or holiday. Direct deposit remains the safest and most reliable method, helping to sidestep the risks of mailing delays and ensuring funds arrive on time. Whether it's adjusting spending, updating your address, or double-checking your banking info, being informed and proactive is the only way to avoid unnecessary stress, especially in a month where timing makes all the difference. The Social Security Administration has confirmed a critical change in the November 2025 payment schedule that every SSI, SSDI, and VA benefit recipient must be aware of.
Backhand index pointing right. If this information helped you, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're always one step ahead. We break down important updates like this clearly so you're never caught off guard. Join our community, stay informed, and take control of your financial future, starting today. Flexed Biceps Calendar.
This isn't just a minor tweak. It directly affects the timing of when your money will hit your account. And with the holidays around the corner, even a few days' delay could create a ripple effect in your financial planning. So let's break it down plain and simple, because missing this could mean missing your rent, groceries, or bills. Starting in November 2025, payments will follow a birthday-based distribution schedule, which the SSA has locked in. If your birth date falls between the 1st and 10th of the month, your payment will arrive on Wednesday, November 12th. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, you'll get your payment on Wednesday, November 19th. And if your birthday lands between the 21st and the 31st, your payment will come in on Wednesday, November 26th, just one day before Thanksgiving. Yes, that's cutting it close for those relying on these funds for holiday expenses, so it's more important than ever to plan accordingly. But let's be very clear, this payment structure does not apply to everyone. If you started receiving Social Security benefits before May 1997, you follow a separate payment schedule entirely. That means your funds are typically delivered around the 3rd of the month. This part of the system hasn't changed, but it's crucial you know whether you fall under this category. Confusion here can easily result in panic over a missing payment that's simply scheduled for a different date. Now, for those receiving SSI, Supplemental Security Income, you're still set to receive your payment on the 1st of the month. That's standard, but if the 1st happens to fall on a weekend or holiday, then your payment will be processed and sent out the business day before. That means you might see that money hit your account early, which is great in theory, but it also means you need to stretch those funds further into the next month. Budget wisely because this shift can catch people off guard. This schedule might sound predictable on paper, but there are several variables that can cause hiccups, especially if you're still receiving paper checks. Bank processing times, postal delays, or holiday closures can all push your payment back a day or two. That's why moving to direct deposit isn't just smart, it's essential. It's faster, it's safer, and it dramatically lowers your chances of dealing with lost or stolen checks. Plus, with direct deposit, the funds often arrive slightly ahead of schedule thanks to banking efficiencies. That extra day or two can mean the difference between a paid bill and a late fee. Let's not forget, November isn't just another month. It's the kickoff to the most expensive time of the year. Between Thanksgiving, holiday shopping, travel, and looming year-end expenses, having clarity on exactly when your funds are coming is more important than ever. This birthday-based distribution system does bring a layer of predictability, yes, but that only helps if you know which group you're in. If you're unsure whether your payment is late or simply caught up in weekend or holiday delays, the SSA recommends waiting 3 business days before taking any action. After that, contact them directly, either by phone or through their online portal. Don't wait longer. Don't assume it'll work itself out. Prompt communication is the key to resolving these issues before they escalate. And one more thing that's often overlooked: changes in your address or bank account details. If you've moved, switched banks, or closed an account recently, it is your responsibility to update that information with the SSA immediately. Outdated details are one of the top reasons payments go missing, and correcting those issues after the fact can take time, a lot of it. In a worst-case scenario, that delay can leave you without critical income during a time of year when every dollar matters. So check your details now, not later. Consistency is one of the few positives here. This birthday-based schedule, payments arriving on Wednesdays based on your birth date, is part of a year-round system designed to streamline distribution and prevent bottlenecks in processing. It gives banks breathing room and keeps the system functioning smoothly. But that only works when recipients are aware of how it all operates. The more you understand it, the better you can plan. No surprises, no confusion, no panic. Let's recap the key dates. Born between the 1st and 10th. Your payment comes November 12th. Born between the 11th and 20th. It's November 19th. Born between the 21st and 31st. November 26th. Yes, right before Thanksgiving. Pre-May 1997 recipient. You're likely still receiving funds on November 3rd. SSI recipient. November 1st. Unless that falls on a weekend or holiday. Then it comes earlier. These aren't suggestions, they are fixed, confirmed dates. But even then, banks and mail systems are human-operated. Mistakes happen. Holidays slow things down. And once again, this is why direct deposit is your best bet. It takes the guesswork out of the process and gives you quicker access to your money with fewer complications. If you're one of the millions relying on these payments every month to cover rent, medicine, utilities, or groceries, then understanding this schedule is not optional. It's essential. A missed payment, especially during the holiday season, can snowball into late fees, overdrafts, or worse. This is the time to look ahead, mark your calendar, and organize your budget around these specific dates. Start thinking ahead now. When is your rent due? When are your utility bills scheduled to auto-debit? Do you need to shift payment dates or call your providers to adjust schedules based on when your benefits come in? These are the practical steps that turn knowledge into action and prevent headaches when the stakes are high. And again, if your money hasn't arrived within 3 full business days of your scheduled date, don't just sit there wondering. Pick up the phone. Visit the SSA website. Get the process moving to fix it. No one is going to chase you down to fix it on your behalf. Proactivity is key. This isn't the time to take chances or assume things will work themselves out. Especially not in November. Between holiday sales, grocery surges, heating costs, and travel spikes, November is already a strain on budgets. You can't afford to be in the dark about when your benefits arrive. Use this confirmed schedule to your advantage. Plan your month around it. Set reminders. Make the switch to direct deposit if you haven't already. And make sure the SSA has your current information. Your correct address, your correct bank account, your correct contact details. These are small steps that make a massive difference. Now, if this breakdown helped you stay informed and financially prepared, do us a favor. Hit that like button, share this video with anyone who needs this information, drop a comment below if you've got questions or personal experiences to share, and subscribe to stay ahead of every Social Security update coming down the pipeline. We break it down, keep it simple, and make sure you never miss a beat when it comes to your benefits. Stay alert, stay prepared, and always double-check with the Social Security Administration if you're unsure. Let's go even deeper, because while the November 2025 payment dates are now officially confirmed, what isn't talked about enough is the real-life impact this change has on millions of Americans who depend on these payments not just as supplemental income, but as their primary financial lifeline. When you live on Social Security, every date matters. Every deposit matters. Every delay matters. And with the system now operating on a birthday-based Wednesday distribution, understanding which week your money comes in isn't some trivial detail. It's the difference between paying your rent on time or facing eviction notices. It's the difference between having heat and groceries before Thanksgiving or scrambling to figure it out the day after. Let's be brutally honest here. The system has gotten more complex over the years, not simpler. And while this birthday-based model brings some predictability, it also brings confusion for people who aren't constantly monitoring SSA updates. It's no longer you get paid on the 1st or 3rd. You now have to know which group you're in, what week applies to your birth date, and whether there's a holiday looming that could push things back even further. So let's clarify this for those who still feel uncertain. If your birthday is in the first 10 days of any month, you are Group 1. For November 2025, your money comes in on Wednesday, November 12th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and 20th, you're Group 2. Your payment lands on Wednesday, November 19th. And if your birthday is from the 21st to the end of the month, welcome to Group 3. Your money arrives on Wednesday, November 26th. Yes, the day before Thanksgiving. That's the kind of timing you must plan for. But here's where things get trickier. If you began receiving benefits before May 1997, you don't follow this new birthday schedule. Your payment date is traditionally locked around the 3rd of the month. That means you're not impacted by the new Wednesday distribution, but you still need to double-check your date in case it falls on a weekend or holiday. Because yes, delays happen even for those on the old system. Then there's SSI, the Supplemental Security Income Program. That payment is normally deposited on the 1st of the month. But again, let's be real. If November 1st falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, then you'll get your money the business day before. That could be the 31st of October. And if you're not watching the calendar, that earlier deposit could mess up your budgeting for the rest of the month. You might get excited thinking you're ahead, but it's not extra money, it's just early. Stretch it accordingly. And speaking of budgeting, this is where the rubber really meets the road. November isn't just another month. It's the start of the most financially demanding stretch of the entire year. First comes Thanksgiving, food, travel, family. Then you roll into December. Christmas gifts, heating bills, rising grocery prices, end-of-year responsibilities. If you're depending on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or VA benefits to navigate this gauntlet, you cannot afford to get caught off guard. You need to know exactly when the money hits. And you need to base every financial move, your rent, your bills, your groceries, your prescriptions, around those specific dates. That's the only way to avoid overdrafts, late fees, and avoidable stress. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. Paper checks. If you're still receiving your benefits through the mail, why? With postal delays, theft risks, and holiday disruptions, relying on the mail for something this important is like gambling with your livelihood. And in 2025, there's no reason for that risk. Direct deposit is the fastest, safest, most reliable way to get your money. Period. The funds go straight into your account, often showing up faster than expected because banking systems process them ahead of schedule. No delays. No lost mail. No wondering if your check is sitting in a snowstorm or stuck in a backlog. The Social Security Administration has repeatedly encouraged beneficiaries to make the switch. And it's not just for convenience, it's for protection. Every month people report stolen checks. Every month payments get delayed by weather, strikes, or processing errors. But with direct deposit, that risk all but disappears. And here's another critical point. Personal information. Have you moved recently? Changed banks? Closed an old account? You must report that to SSA immediately. Don't assume the system will catch up. If your address is wrong, your check could vanish into a forwarding black hole. If your banking info is outdated, your deposit could be rejected, leaving you stuck in limbo for weeks. SSA can't fix what they don't know is broken. You have to update your info before it causes a missed payment. This is especially important during the holidays, when SSA is processing more volume and facing more logistical challenges. If you miss a payment window, resolving it won't be overnight. It might take time. So stay ahead of the curve. Now, if you wake up and your money isn't there, don't panic immediately. SSA instructs you to wait 3 full business days. After that, it's time to take action. Contact the Social Security Administration directly. You can call them or you can use their website to check your status and file an inquiry. But the bottom line is, act fast. The longer you wait, the longer you go without the money you need. And while we're here, don't trust rumors or social media for payment updates. If you want the truth, go straight to the source. The SSA website and official communications are the only places where dates and policies are confirmed. Don't take advice from strangers online when it comes to your money. Let's run through it all one more time, so there's zero confusion. SSI payments are issued on November 1st, or earlier if the 1st is a weekend/holiday. People who began benefits before May 1997 get paid around November 3rd. If your birthday is between the 1st and 10th, expect payment November 12th. If your birthday is between the 11th and 20th, payment is November 19th. If your birthday is between the 21st and 31st, you'll be paid November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. And for anyone not on direct deposit, now is the time to make the switch. Not tomorrow. Not next month. This system, while efficient for SSA, puts more responsibility on you, the beneficiary, to stay informed, organized, and proactive. You're expected to know your payment group. You're expected to monitor your bank account or mailbox. You're expected to update your information and communicate with SSA quickly if something changes. Might not feel fair. Might feel overwhelming. But knowledge is power here. The better you understand the process, the more secure your financial life becomes. So before you go, make sure you're prepared. Double-check your payment group. Mark the right Wednesday on your calendar. Call SSA if you've had any changes to your address or bank. Set up direct deposit if you haven't already. And build your budget around these dates. Especially in November, when every dollar stretches further and every day counts. And remember, when in doubt, always check with the Social Security Administration directly. It's your money. Life. Don't leave either to chance. There's one more thing that needs to be said, loud and clear. These payment schedules aren't just lines on a calendar. They are lifelines. For many people, they are the difference between medication or food, rent or heat, groceries or gas. And in a month like November, when prices start climbing and holiday pressure starts mounting, these dates carry even more weight. Now imagine this: if your payment is late, not because the SSA made a mistake, but because you didn't update your bank info. Or because you didn't realize that your group gets paid a week later than you thought. Or because you're relying on a paper check that's now buried in holiday mail delays. These are the real-world consequences people are living through every single month. That's why direct deposit isn't just a nice option. It's protection. It's control. It's the ability to know with certainty that your money is coming, on time, straight to your account, ready for you to use without waiting on the mail, hoping the check didn't get lost or stolen, or delayed by one more government processing glitch. Think about what happens when you don't plan ahead. Rent is due. Your electric bill autopays on the 15th. But your payment doesn't hit until the 19th because you were born in the second group. Boom. $35 overdraft fee. Then you go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescriptions. But you're short because the money didn't arrive. Now you're choosing between partial meds or skipping them entirely. All of that avoidable if you knew your date and budgeted for it. That's not a scare tactic. That's real life. This is exactly why SSA puts out these payment dates in advance. It's not just a courtesy. It's a warning. Reminder. A lifeline for those who know how to use it. Now let's talk about that November 26th payment date, because that one is especially tight. If you were born between the 21st and 31st, that's your payout day. But it's also one day before Thanksgiving. Banks may close early. Offices may be short-staffed. The post office. Don't count on it. If you're not on direct deposit and you're relying on a mailed check to show up on time in a holiday week, good luck. This is where preparation isn't optional. It's survival. You need to know your date. You need to plan your bills around that date. You need to communicate with your landlord, your utility providers, your creditors, anyone who expects money from you in November. Let them know when your Social Security will actually arrive. Some will work with you. Some won't. But at least you won't be caught off guard. And let's not forget, if you do everything right but your money still doesn't show up on time, you still have to wait 3 full business days before SSA can take action. That means if your date is the 26th and you see nothing by the 27th or 28th, you can't even begin the process of tracking it down until December 2nd because of Thanksgiving weekend. That's nearly a week without your funds. So don't wait until it's too late. Go now. Log into your SSA account. Make sure your information is current. Make sure your bank account is active. Make sure your address is correct. If you're still getting paper checks, go online or call and switch to direct deposit today. Do not let one small oversight cost you a week of financial stress. And for those of you helping elderly parents or disabled relatives, check for them. Make sure they're set up properly. Make sure they know their group. Make sure they know their date. One quick conversation now can save them, and you, from a nightmare later. Here's the truth. The system is efficient, but it's not perfect. Holidays throw off delivery schedules. Weather disrupts mail routes. Banks have processing delays. But none of those things matter if you're already set up with direct deposit and you know exactly when your funds are supposed to arrive. This November, the game plan is simple. Know your group. Know your date. Get on direct deposit. Date your info. Build your budget. And if your money doesn't show up, wait 3 business days, then call SSA or go online and get help. Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't hope it'll work out. Take control of your benefits, your finances, and your peace of mind now. And if this helped you understand exactly what's happening with November Social Security payments, hit that like button, share this with someone you care about, leave a comment below with your questions or experiences, and make sure you're subscribed for every update that could affect your benefits. We're here to break it down, keep it real, and keep you informed every single month. Stay smart. Stay prepared. Stay in control.